How to Manifest Anything, a simplified guide for using the law of attraction to live an awesome life. Written by Beau, Norton. Narrated by Mignon, Farmani. There are laws that govern our universe and shape our lives. These laws work in perfect harmony and cannot be broken, but they can be superseded by a law of higher order. For example, the law of lift supersedes the law of gravity. If it did not, then airplanes would not fly. The law of gravity is not broken by the law of lift. It is simply superseded by it. This is an important distinction to make because as you read this manual, you may read some things that don't make perfect sense or fit in with how you currently see the world. When I describe certain laws that govern our universe, keep in mind that I am not in any way denying the lower laws or saying that they are invalid. Just because airplanes can fly does not mean the law of gravity is invalid. Likewise, just because the law of attraction is one way to change your life for the better, it does not mean it is the only way. The law of attraction is a law that works behind the scenes. It is not obvious to most people. As humans, we tend to believe only that which we can directly see or measure. That which is completely beyond sight or direct measurement cannot be proven by science. The law of attraction can only be proven through our own direct experience of working with the law. For this reason, it is of utmost importance that you apply what you learn in this instruction manual. Apply as much as you can until you start seeing direct evidence that confirms the reality of the law of attraction at work in your life. Note that I can only give you a description of how it works. I cannot prove to you that it works. This is something you must do for yourself. In the following chapters, I will describe the very basics of the law of attraction and how you can start using it today and every day hereafter in a simple yet very effective way. I will not overload you with information. This guide will contain no fluff, but only the most essential pieces of the puzzle. The other pieces will come to you naturally as you apply the basics. The mind-body-spirit connection. Each of us have a physical body, a mental body, and a spiritual body. We are all very familiar with the physical level of our existence. Most of us are solely focused on this level. The majority of us constantly seek to gratify physical desires. We want food, sex, drugs, and alcohol, or anything that gives us good feelings in our bodies. Those who are a little more advanced are more focused on the mental level of existence. We set goals, make plans, and think of the future. We get satisfaction from thinking. It is obvious that thoughts are not physical things. You cannot locate a thought in any particular part of the human brain. A thought is a type of energy that activates certain parts of the brain and is translated by it. Both Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison confirmed this. Thoughts are therefore one level beyond the physical world. But to truly understand the nature of our world, we must go even further than this. The mind controls the body. I can think a thought and then use my body to express the thought. That is exactly what I am doing as I type this. But where do these thoughts come from? A thought must exist within something else, just like you exist on this earth, which exists within the solar system, which exists within the galaxy, which exists within the universe. Well, where does it end? There must always be something beyond one level in order for the lower level to even exist. Therefore, the universe must be infinite. Something cannot come from nothing. What does this have to do with you? It has everything to do with you. You see, before you can have a physical body, you must have a mental body to control the physical body. And before you can have a mental body, you must have a spiritual body to control the mental body. You can keep expanding on this ideal until you are left with one simple conclusion. You are one with everything in existence. Whoa. I know. This might sound a little crazy, but stay with me. I am making these points for a reason. If it is true that you are really one with the entire universe, then this must also mean that anything you desire, you are already energetically connected to in some way. To simply think about something is to connect to it energetically. Thoughts are energy. And this energy is translated by an even higher field of power, which I call spiritual energy. The spiritual realm, if you will, is a part of our lives that we can't directly see or measure, yet it exists and dictates what we will attract into our lives. The key to manifesting our desires in life is to make sure that the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of our life are all in alignment and focused on the same outcome. Let's go over an example so you can see how this might work in your personal life. Let's assume that someone wants to earn $1 million in the next 5 years. What most people will do is think of the action steps they need to take in order to meet this goal. If the person only thinks of the action steps, but fails to keep his or her mind focused on the desired outcome or greater purpose for all this, they are likely to lose motivation and quit taking the necessary actions. This is an example where the mental and physical levels are not in alignment. If this person was to maintain his mental vision, he would be much more likely to succeed, because the mental level is one step up from the physical level, meaning that it has more power. Remember how some laws supersede others? Well, the mental laws supersede the physical laws. You can achieve things through pure physical effort. However, when you combine those actions with a clear mental vision and a determined attitude, your chances for success go way up. To essentially guarantee success, however, this person must align the spiritual will with his mental vision and physical actions. What exactly is the spiritual will, and why is it important? The spiritual will is the most powerful part of who you are. It is the part of you that can make anything happen with no effort whatsoever. This power is used by very few, but anyone can learn how to use it if they wish to. Most people are only familiar with the personal will. They use what is known as willpower to accomplish things. This is fine, but it takes a whole lot of strain and effort to accomplish things in this manner. There is a much easier way to achieve everything you could ever desire. It simply requires that you align your body, mind, and spirit to the highest degree, with most of the focus being on your spirit. If you are a person of strong faith, you are probably very familiar with the feeling of spiritual alignment. Have you ever prayed sincerely or witnessed something very beautiful and got that tingling sensation all over your body? What you were feeling was spiritual energy flowing through your body. Most people only experience this energy at random times throughout their life. But those who learn how to connect to this energy at will are those who know how to make miracles happen. There are some very simple ways to connect to the spiritual energy, And the rest of this guide will be mostly focused on describing these methods, because I strongly believe this is the area of our lives we must put the most emphasis on in order to live the best lives possible. Quite honestly, you could completely ignore the physical and mental aspects of your life, but as long as you were spiritually tuned in, then you would live an extraordinary life and be extremely happy no matter what happened. This is because spiritual energy is much more powerful than mental or physical energy. If you are spiritually aligned with something, your mental and physical energies will automatically come in alignment with it as well. 3 simple ways to connect to the spiritual energy. Method number 1. Affirm a state of perfection. You are, in a spiritual sense, connected to everything in the universe. Therefore, you can never be lacking anything. Lack exists only in the mind. Abundance is your natural state, but you will only recognize this when you live in full alignment with your spirit rather than your mind or body. As a body, you have wants and needs. As a mind, you have wants and needs also. But as a spirit, you are whole, perfect, and complete. You must constantly affirm this truth in order to recognize it. Consider speaking the following affirmations to yourself several times per day. I am one with God and all that exists. I am perfect, whole, and complete in this very moment. I need nothing, for I am already whole and at peace. At first, these will just be mental concepts, but as you repeat them over and over again, the truth of them will become more clear as a direct spiritual revelation. Method number 2. Assume that what you desire is already yours. Paradoxically, to assume you already have what you desire means to stop desiring it. If you already have what you want, then there is no reason to desire it any longer, right? This is the single biggest mistake I see people make when attempting to manifest things using the law of attraction. Many people believe they just have to desire something very strongly and then it will come to them. What they don't realize is that by desiring something strongly, they are sending the message, I don't have this. I am lacking. And guess what? Since they feel lacking, they attract more lack. The single biggest key to manifesting your desire is to learn how to feel good right now, regardless of whether or not you have what you want. This is essentially the same thing as learning to access spiritual energy at will. Imagine you just got handed everything you could ever desire. How would you feel? Really good. So you have to reverse engineer it because the universe works from the top down, not the other way around. The physical world does not create the mental or spiritual world. The spiritual world creates the mental, which then manifests as the physical world we witness with our 5 senses. Therefore, you should not wait to feel good until you have what you want. If you do that, you will never have it. You feel good now and then you will attract what you want. But the thing is, since you feel so good, you don't really care about it anymore. Funny, huh? If you really grasp what I am saying, you can begin to live an extraordinary life right now. You do not have to wait to start feeling good. All you need to do is assume that you are already living your widest dreams. Forget the appearance of things. Assume in your own mind and feel it in your heart. And then you will be happy no matter what is happening on the outside. Not only will you feel good every day, but you will begin to learn the power of mental and spiritual energy as you witness good things flowing into your life, seemingly without any effort at all. Method number 3. Give up and start all over again. This method may seem a little radical to some, but it might just save your life. So many of us are living through the past. We carry around all these beliefs, opinions, judgments, and stories that simply do not serve us. To add to the misery, we have financial debts, jobs that we hate, people in our lives who do not respect us or treat us well, and we're living life according to someone else's plan, not our own. Many people feel trapped in their current situations, but let me tell you, you are never trapped unless you choose to be. You are always free to make a change. You are free to leave that job, that relationship, or whatever it may be that is not fulfilling you. There is never any excuse to continue thinking, feeling, and behaving in the same way you are accustomed to. At any moment, you can change. It is all a choice. You are not a victim of anything but your own habits. You created them, so you can destroy them too. The power is within you and will never be found anywhere else. So, when will you decide to give up this garbage in your life? When you hit rock bottom? When you're on your deathbed? When you have no other choice? I recommend you don't wait for that. Life will not get better by chance. You have to re-own your power as a creative being with unlimited potential. You have to realize that life will always support you when you follow your heart. Even if you end up homeless and on the street with nothing but the clothes on your back, I guarantee you the universe will send you a huge blessing for having the courage to throw away a life that was not meant for you in the first place. It takes a lot of faith to throw it all away and start over. You must trust that what I am teaching you here is the truth. And if you just follow the teachings and apply what you have learned here today, then you will never have to live with another worry or fear again. I am not telling you what you should or should not do. I am only giving you suggestions based on what has worked for me. Many people will disregard almost everything they have read here. Those people will stay the same and probably go on to the next book, hoping they find the solution to their problems inside. Well, the solution is not here nor there. The solution is in you. I am not telling you anything you don't already know. I am only reminding you of what you have known all along. You already know that happiness is a choice. You already know that you can change at any moment. You already know that your life is your own creation. Maybe you temporarily forgot, but I am here to remind you of how powerful you truly are. I sincerely hope you re-own that power today and go on to live an extraordinary life of abundance. I hope this book has left you with a renewed understanding and a greater sense of inner peace. If it did, please leave a positive review. This is greatly appreciated. Peace be with you. Much love. Beau.